Hi, I'm Kalashian for Live and Invest Overseas, and today we are talking about Mexico, specifically the 3 best places that we recommend right now in Mexico for a relaxing and affordable new life south of the border. Mexico, as you likely know, is a perennial favorite. It's a top destination among Americans and Canadians because of its proximity, affordable cost of living, favorable weather, big, established, well-connected expat communities, the quality of healthcare, easy residency process, and all of the rest that comes with living in a new country, the culture, the lifestyle, the culinary scene, to name just a few of the reasons. But where specifically in Mexico, this huge, diverse country, are some of the best places to retire? We've narrowed down our top 3 for this year, and so let's get to know them a little bit better. Mazatlán is our top pick. This is a coastal city on the Pacific side of Mexico with a population of almost 500,000 people, so fairly small city. It's about 200 miles south of the U.S. border and 1,000 miles northwest of Mexico City. It's part of the Mexican Riviera, which is stunning with its beautiful, clean beaches, booming tourism market, and very rich cultural heritage. Mazatlán is easy to access from the rest of North America with plenty of direct flights from several cities in the U.S. and also in Canada. And you don't even need to get on a plane to get to Mazatlan if you are living on the west coast of the US. If you're in California, Arizona, Texas, you can just drive across the border. Mazatlan is warm year-round, and you can enjoy not only beaches, but also islands, hiking in the nearby mountains, and visiting the local nature reserves to discover the area's flora and fauna and enjoy stunning views. This city actually does also boast a very large historic center, which it's quite well known for. It's got these big, beautiful, colorful Spanish colonial buildings, really beautiful architecture from that era, beautifully maintained and restored buildings from the colonial period, lively plazas, cobblestone streets. It's really great as a destination for dining and drink options, live music, outdoor cafes, theaters, art galleries, shops, and pretty much anything else you would expect to find in a little city that you walk around. And it's also got plenty of traditional events and festivals to take part in throughout the year, such as Carnival, which takes place every February, full of parades, live music, costumes, great food. And the Golden Zone, the Zona Dorada in this part of Mazatlan, is where the city's nightlife is most vibrant. So if you're looking for an active nightlife, clubbing scene, restaurant scene, that's where you'd go for a fun night out with pretty much anything that you'd want to do at night, live music, lots of dancing. Who would enjoy retirement in Mazatlan? It's one of our favorite Mexican cities for retirement because it offers upscale coastal living at a price that really can't be beat, especially when you consider the dollar's strength against the peso. People in the city are very friendly, welcoming. It has a thriving expat community that is very supportive and easy to get plugged into, so newcomers can feel at home very quickly. There's not too much of a divide, and it's not too hard to integrate here. So you're certainly not off the beaten trail, or off the beaten path. You'll find many more expats and Americans and Canadians like you living there, either part of the year or full time. But so if you're looking for an easy transition to a life abroad and you enjoy beachside living at a fraction of the cost of what you pay back home, and if you're excited about being near the waterfront in a Spanish colonial historic center full of entertainment and dining options, you will enjoy Mazatlan. Our second choice in Mexico for this year is Puerto Vallarta, which is also on the Pacific side. It's situated on the Banderas Bay, one of the largest natural bays in the world. It's about 300 miles northwest of Guadalajara and 600 miles west of Mexico City. It's a very popular resort city with a population of about 230,000. I'm sure you've heard lots of things about Puerto Vallarta. Perhaps you even visited. It is one of the top tourist destinations in the country. So this is a place that you would also go to be amongst your own tribe of people from back home. So maybe a little bit harder to get plugged into the Mexican community here than it might be in some of the more interior spots that you might go, but definitely another easy place to get settled in as a newcomer. So if you want kind of a halfway house to dip your toe in going overseas, Puerto Vallarta is a good choice as well. There are plenty of direct flights from the US and Canada, more frequently from November to April, but off-season flights are still available, just less frequent. This is a very well-connected resort resort destination, so it's not a difficult place to get to at all. It's got great roads all around it and very easy to get to. So as it is known as a beach resort city, it's got several stunning beaches that are great for swimming, snorkeling, parasailing, jet skiing, sunbathing. It's got this large oceanfront promenade where you can stroll along the bay with views of the ocean on one side and lots of shops and restaurants and clubs and bars on the other. So lots of fun to walk down there. You'll see lots of street performers as well, artists, sculptures, and monuments all along the boardwalk. So it's a very pleasant place to spend time, and much of the city does spend a lot of time there. Puerto Vallarta's Old Town is another highlight of the city. This is a little labyrinth of cobblestone streets and cafes, markets, and buildings with very colorful architecture. So great place to walk around and enjoy the city's fantastic year-round weather. You'll also find lots of art galleries, boutique shopping, and really nice culinary scene here as well. The city actually also boasts a botanical park, a marine park, and a marina. Plenty of opportunities for outdoor activities and adventures like ziplining, hiking, ATV tours, fishing, and again, a very vibrant nightlife here as well. So who would enjoy Puerto Vallarta? There's a little bit of something for everybody here, from the tranquil beaches to the fast-paced outdoor adventures. It's bordered in the east by the Sierra Madre Mountains, so everywhere you look, you have these stunning views, whether you're looking at the ocean or the mountains behind you. It's full of a rich culture, got incredible food. It offers wellness centers, large expat community, welcoming locals, lots of English speakers, especially in the service industry. So anybody looking for a dream life by the sea in a very charming destination with a vibrant lifestyle that is expat heavy and tourist heavy at times of the year would be happy here. And before I go on to our third pick, I want to let you know that we just last week hosted our single day Live and Invest in Mexico virtual workshop. It was live with our whole team of on the ground experts and professionals in Mexico. Basically everybody that you'd need to know to make a move here, as well as expats who once sat where you are now and can share their personal stories, their journey, their insights and advice. It's a one-of-a-kind event that we only do once a year, and it was designed to show you basically how to live or retire in Mexico successfully with as few mistakes as possible. And although it did happen already, you can still benefit from all the advice shared with the virtual replay package. So you'll hear from the professionals who work in Mexico, the expats who live here, as we reveal everything you'd need to consider in Mexico and all of the best options in it as your new home under the sun. You'll get the inside story on gaining residency, getting healthcare, finding friends, figuring out local taxes, making the actual move, having fun, and finding your new dream home. We've condensed what can usually take months or years of effort into just a single package, all available on demand from the comfort of your computer or mobile device. You can click on that link on the screen to find out more. And finally, I will tell you number 3, which is Oaxaca. It's located in southern Mexico, bordered on the Pacific to the south. It's about 300 miles southeast of Mexico City and 150 miles from the Pacific coast. So this is not a beach destination. It's got a population of about 250,000 people, and it is not as well connected to the rest of North America as the other destinations on this list, although it does have an international airport. There are direct flights from Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, but the availability varies depending on the season and the airline. Direct flights from Canada are more limited, but you can find a seasonal direct flight from Toronto and Vancouver. It is surrounded by mountains and it provides great hiking opportunities. It's very close by is this really striking petrified waterfall called the Hierve el Agua. It's a massive waterfall made of 2 rock shelves that stand almost 300 feet above the ground. So a fantastic thing to see, and a very nice ecotourism place here because of that. You can also drive to the coast for a weekend trip to the areas of Puerto Escondido or Huatulco, and you can drive across the mountain roads. Although it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, you can also get on a flight if you're a little wary of these kind of bendy mountain roads. If you like sports, you can enjoy a game of soccer in the city's football club, which is a 15,000 person stadium. Oaxaca also has a historic center, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a fantastic place to spend a weekend strolling through the main square, visiting the cathedrals, the churches, the monuments. And you can also visit the ancient ruins at Monte Alban, which is a former archaeological site built by the Zapotecs in 500 BC, making it one of Mesoamerica's earliest cities. Oaxaca is famous for its cuisine as well, and you can enjoy it in the markets and the varied restaurants all over town. Don't miss the mole, the tayudas, and the mezcal. Who would enjoy Oaxaca? Those who are looking to retire in a less tourist-heavy city and a more authentically Mexican area will probably enjoy Oaxaca much more than Puerto Vallarta or Mazatlan even. However, it does have a sizable expat community with plenty of events, so it is easy enough to meet people. Oaxaca stands out for its charming colonial architecture, the vibrant culture, and it's really perfect for those who want to be surrounded by mountains or close by to ancient ruins or waterfalls. Anybody who really enjoys being in the outdoors, hiking, biking, and just enjoying nature. And although this is a proper city, it has a small town feel. So it's easy to get around on foot, but it still has all the conveniences of a big city without any of the annoyances. So it's kind of a perfect little half measure there. And if culture is what you're looking for, it has far more to offer than Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta in terms of kind of authentic Mexican lifestyle here, which is a little bit more prevalent day to day. And it's famous for its historical landmarks, indigenous culture, and for being a hub for local arts and handicrafts. So I will just put in a mention on healthcare because that's always one of the biggest questions. So all three of these places have a mix of public and private medical facilities with hospitals for the insured and uninsured. Affordable healthcare is one of the main reasons expats often choose Mexico as their new home base. It has a high quality level of medical services available throughout the country, especially in the bigger cities and tourist centers. In Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta, you can get private healthcare that's comparable to the standard in the US at a fraction of the cost. Many doctors are fluent in English and also trained abroad. And an additional benefit of relocating here is that because it is so close, you could maintain your Medicare in the States or your Canadian health access and return home to receive care whenever needed. So what would you need to retire in Mexico? If you want to keep it casual, you can actually just stay on your tourist visa for up to 180 days a year, which is very generous, and not all countries do that. So you can just come and go and stay half the year as a tourist, then just leave again and reset your visa. But if you are looking for a more formalized residency, you can get a resident visa here, which would allow you to stay in Mexico for more than the 6 months that the tourist visa allows. You would just have to meet some annual financial requirements, and you need to also be present in Mexico for at least 180 days per year. So a residency visa here will allow you to stay beyond that 180-day period as long as you meet a monthly or annual financial requirement. Those amounts are based on regions, and the amounts change every year with the Mexican minimum wage, which tends to change pretty regularly. So you'll have to check with your local Mexican consulate to verify the specific amount you'll need for your area of choice. Also, the consulate you go to can affect the number that you're told. Different consulates have different amounts that they'll ask you to show, so you need to go to your local consulate and ask them about the specific region that you want to go to get the details on that. For more information on moving to Mexico, make sure to check out our resources at our Live and Invest Overseas website. You can check that link out on the screen to see what we have in our Mexico bookstore. And as always, make sure that you like and subscribe to hear more little tips like this from Live and Invest Overseas every week. Happy trails.